This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
And welcome back, Southwest Florida. We're glad that you kept us on your list of things to do, and I think you're going to be thrilled that you did as well. By the way, I want to give a plug out to Spider-Man 2. I think it's one of the best movies I've seen all year. Keep up the good work. Spider-Man 2. I have to go to see Spider-Man 2 with my little boy. He loves Spider-Man. We're so delighted to have here in the studio a good friend of the show, and we're hoping that she has much success in her campaign. She's running for the Lee County School District School Board, Arvella Clare. Arvella, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here.
Great. Arvella, first of all, why did you decide that it was time for you to put your hat in the political arena and run for school board?
Well, I'm a fourth-generation Floridian. Neither of my parents completed middle school, but at 17, I accepted a scholarship to Bethune-Cookman College in Daytona Beach, Florida, where I earned my bachelor's degree in psychology. From there, I went on to Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida, where I earned my master's degree in community psychology.
Okay.
My career was in Tallahassee. I was a counselor, a consultant. I worked at a youth delinquent facility for boys, where I worked with teenage boys. I was the first member in my family to earn 2 degrees, to have my own career where I purchased my own home, and I did this all before I was married and before I had children.
That's excellent.
I met my husband, Dr. Clare, in Tallahassee. We married and moved to Cape Coral in the year 2000. We have 2 daughters in the public school system. I am focused on ensuring that they receive a quality education. I'm running for school board because I have some personal skin in the game. I want my children to receive a world-class education, and I want that for all of the children of Lee County.
Okay. What are core standards, and what's your position on them?
I do not support Common Core. Common Core, however, is the law, and has been the standards we've used since 2010. Common Core is, in essence, a system that a lot of people are having problems with, and it's most of the political talk that we're hearing nowadays. For me, I keep telling people we have to address those issues with our legislature. They are responsible for making the changes in the legislation that the public has concerns with. My job as a school board member is to focus on ensuring that I create policy that gives our kids every opportunity to succeed in school. That's what I want for my kids. That's what I want for all of the children of Lee County.
Now, we all took tests in school. How does this relate to high-stakes testing?
We all took tests, but not at the pace that we're seeing being done today. This is high-stakes testing. I support testing, but not testing to rate our schools, our school teachers, our students, or the system. I support testing to determine how our children are doing in school and whether or not they're learning what the teachers are teaching.
What's your thoughts around the privatization of some of the services that the school system offers?
Well, we've seen examples of privatization throughout the country, and privatization does not work. What I've seen so far in terms of what happens when we privatize services within the school system, and we have an example, a real good example next door in Collier County. The privatization of school leads to decreased accountability, decreased quality of service, decreased safety, and decreased worker opportunity. Education is a service, it's not a business. All of our students in the state of Florida are protected by Article 9 of our state constitution, which guarantees all of our children access to public education. That's my focus, making sure that the education that our entire public receives is of a great quality. That should be the focus of all of our school board members, to ensure that we actually protect public education and make sure it's there for all of our students to participate in and to benefit from, and to actually become productive, constructive members of our community.
What would be your thoughts or plan around reducing the high dropout rate?
Okay. We have to create programs for all of our children. Not every child is going to college. We need to focus on keeping those kids in school and teach them vocational skills. Vocational training is an opportunity to ensure that all of our kids stay engaged and look forward to becoming members of our community by having skills where they can actually contribute back to our economy. We need our local community to get more involved with the public school system. We need our community members, our business members, to all get engaged in public education and start to provide services for our kids that tells them that we're all concerned, we're all invested. And when our entire community gets invested in public education, we're all invested in making a definite change, a positive change for our entire community and for our country.
What do you like about the Lee County school system right now?
What I like is the fact that I'm a district advisory council member. So each month I get an opportunity to go in with other board members and members of our community, teachers and administrators, and address the concerns with public education. I hear what the teachers think about public education. I hear what our teachers have to say about it. And it prepares me as a parent to know what my child is actually facing and what I can do as a parent to actually support what's going on with that school system and support them in ensuring that they receive a good education.
Do you think that school choice, the way it's comported right now with the Lee County school system, is a good way to go about getting students in certain schools or school assignment type process?
I think we've come to this point because of our history. You know, school choice is actually designated, you know, as an opportunity to make sure our schools are fully integrated. My concern with school choice is that right now transportation is the highest factor in our school budget. We're spending an average of $52 million a year transporting. My focus would be to invest more in neighborhood schools. I guess I'm asking to actually put a little sunshine on how we allocate our school resources, because I feel that if the funding is there and it's passed out equally among the schools, then parents will be more comfortable with going to that school that's closest to their homes, going to neighborhood schools. So I would think that we need to focus more on making sure the resources are there, especially for our failing schools, to make sure that every student has equal access and equal opportunity in each and every school.
When you go out and shake hands and go to community meetings and talk to the citizens of Lee County, what's the main thing that you keep hearing coming from your interaction in terms of their disenchantment about Lee County School District?
I think they feel we could do a lot more with the resources we have. I think it's important to stress that our school budget, the local school budget, is the highest budget in Lee County. We bring in an average of $1.3 billion. That's the budget for this school year. I think parents feel that we can do so much more with our resources to ensure that our kids receive a quality education. That's going to be my focus when I'm on the school board. I want to make sure those resources go where they're needed, and they're needed more in the classroom. We have to make a larger investment in the classroom, a larger investment in our teachers, because our teachers are actually paid one of the lowest paid work profession in the state of Florida. We are actually 47th in terms of pay in the nation, 3 from the bottom in what we pay our teachers. So it's my belief if there's a larger investment in our teacher with training, with a competitive wage, that we can make sure that our teachers are engaged and stay in our system, and we can recruit new teachers to the system.
Okay. Well, Arvella, we hear your enthusiasm. We are so proud that you're running for the school board. Rick, can you put up her contact information on the screen again? We want to encourage people to go to your website and make contact with you, support your campaign. And when they go to that website, they'll find out everything they need to know about Arvella Clare. She's a candidate for the Lee County School Board. All right, thanks a lot. Let's bump you out. Keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Arvella Clare, who's going to be changing the look on the Lee County School District, who are doing it.